I didn't understand CG2, which is funny because we have CG2 coming up right now. Accidental segue. I playing CG2 in my casual playthrough raged so hard that like I tipped back a heavy couch with strength I did not know I had.
We shouldn't be seeing CG now, right? Like, surely we do
Wait,
that when we do
is it
the
the
peak
next
flame.
segment? Wait, you're so right.
See, I may look well informed, but it's actually just kind of similar to 107. Right, and grabbing the Cornelius idol.
Yeah, you're absolutely
Again,
right. It
more of
is
that
way
tank.
later in the run.
See, I just don't look at the route and pray that my intuition will carry me. Looking at the route
See,
is
I'm not
spoilers.
confident in my intuition, so here we are.
But then you're spoiling yourself.
That is, you know what? Maybe I should be spoiler free. Maybe I should just stop
Yeah.
looking at the run and be really confused. This stream does contain spoilers for Hollow Knight, by the way, in case people aren't aware. There will be spoilers for the Hollow Knight video game.
Wait, Hollow Knight's a video game? God.
Yeah.
Why'd I watch this? I've been spoiled.
I know, we all thought it was a TV show on twitch.tv/Hollow Knight community. It's actually not the case. Yay, we get the very satisfying Crystal Heart platforming, something I've always taken immense joy in watching. Oh, adorable Pogax from Nerf over there.
Wait,
and
do we
yeah, really nice
up?
from Vi.
Surely not.
Surely not what?
Well, we skipped D-Dark. That's crazy. I guess Shade Soul's just our damage? But that is a GG from Vi. Also,
Yeah.
we kind of glossed over it, but Vi was gaming.
Vi was
like,
really
got
gaming.
That bit of a lead from the Soulmaster death, Hellroom death, but like she kept that lead the whole way through. And and Nerf is like an incredibly good runner. Like he has a 30, I want to say 2. Like,
I think that is correct. Yeah. I mean, he's been playing really well this whole time either, but I mean, Vi's Peak's movement was just really clean, really well done. So good that you just kind of look over and you're like, oh my god, that's where she is.
Competing with a 32 and E% runner in Crystal Peak is a big ask.
That is a tall order, because I mean, even look at him go now. He's doing the same thing, but I have to agree. Vi played super well. Really satisfying to watch. And here we'll have Nerf getting Crystal Heart and also a GG. So really, I mean, for all that Soulmaster death and the run back, it looks like we'll end up with Team Boomer being about 30 seconds behind Team Zoomer.
Yep, that works up. Put in early, helping to soften the blow a little.
Yeah.
But yeah, honestly, not a bad spot. And I mean, as long as Colos are still left, it still can go anyone's way. But
yes.
That is my commentary stint done. I am going to be replaced by someone.
You're going to be replaced by a Zoomer, a first-time commentator.
Oh,
we're finally going to be paralleling the Boomer
spread
Zoomer.
some more propaganda then. Shout outs to Team Boomer. I want to see just 30-second time save every segment for the next 8 segments. Simple as that. Put these Zoomers in their place. Also, like, please build a lead because I'm terrified of Nebula. And he's going to save a disgusting amount of time over
being the current world record holder, if I'm correct. In
honestly,
107
pick a category, and Nebula's probably one of the record holders. Like,
there you go.
Yeah, but I will be back for the last 2 segments, so I can get back to propagandizing then.
And we will look forward to hearing your lovely voice once more then. It is always a pleasure to commentate with you, May.
Okay, thank you. And yeah, shout outs to Herm as well. You know, all blessed with 2 more segments of Herm now. I'm going to go finish my coffee.
Yes, have a glorious morning.
Adios.
Adios. All right, everybody, it's yapping hour with Hermate281 once more. This time, I'm going to yap about how awesome my former co-commentator May/Insomnia is. Genuinely so friendly and an absolute light of this community. If you don't follow her on Twitch, you absolutely should. If you don't, hang out in spaces she hangs out in, you should, because she's so awesome and truly has made this community so safe and comfortable for so long. Now, speaking of the rumored Zoomer, I would like to welcome in our next co-commentator, and the second and final person I will be commentating with tonight, Old Kid. How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great, and I cannot believe the boomer propaganda here.
Yeah, as a Zoomer, what are your takes on this race?
My take is I think we're gonna win. I think that's what I got here. I believe in the Zoomers really. I don't know a whole lot as a Zoomer myself. I've only been playing this game and in this community for just under a year. So I'm hoping we can take it home.
Well, I'm hearing a lot from the chat actually about how you, with your name being Old Kid, may possibly be a boomer in disguise. What is your response to these allegations?
This is misinformation. No further comments.
Understood. Well, with all that in mind, I think we should do a little bit to introduce our two lovely runners this evening. We have from Team Boomer, the illustrious, the artistically talented, the gamer, Dragon_Nix. They have been a member of this community for just about as long as I have. They are also one of my closest friends in this community, I must admit. So I'll have a little bit of bias. But they have been playing a lot of meme categories, and though they have less experience on 1-2-2-1, unlike most boomers, they've been practicing significantly and are excited to do Shade Soul boss fights, especially Tyrant. And then in the other corner, in the Zoomer corner, so the individual that Old Kid likely wants everybody to cheer for, is FF. FF is, from my understanding, mostly a latest patch true ending runner. And also runs some true ending like memes, including the wonderful and glorious Kronk percent, which if you're not familiar with, is the run where we hit every single lever. Very exciting.
Fabulous run.
And also is very excited about Shade Soul bosses. So though he mentioned he's a bit sad he doesn't get to do Lost Kin with Shade Soul, he is excited to do those kinds of bosses in this run. So yeah, Soul Tyrant is definitely something to look forward to in the near future. We're gonna be getting that Elegant Key and Shade Soul, and then we'll head to do Tyrant. What are you excited about in this segment of the run, Old Kid?
I'm very actually excited for Soul Tyrant. When I went and did this run myself, I struggled with Soul Tyrant. It's such a long fight.
It's so
with
hard.
Nothing. So I'm super excited to see people play infinitely better than I did.
That is the exact reason I commentate this game. That is exactly it. Because as somebody who tried Kronk percent way back in the day and died to Soul Tyrant for about an hour, it is no joke. And they make it look so easy, and it is so satisfying to watch because you could just see all of that practice and dedication pay off. And that is really wonderful. So it seems like we have a ready from both of our runners, which means that we should be underway as soon as, they actually load into the game past the stream delay. But yeah, this segment is indeed the Soul Tyrant segment. So we're also going to be seeing finally some familiar staples of the run coming into play. Going to Sly, getting Shaman Stone, getting our Dream Nail. Nyx mentioned that they aren't too excited about Dream Flats. I don't know. What are your experiences with Dream Flats, Old Kid?
Pain. Nothing but pain with Dream Plats.
This is correct. The true path of pain is the Dream platforms. You heard it here first.
I think Dream Plats as a speedrunner is harder than Path of Pain as a speedrunner.
This is an epic and spirited take. FF taking the time to absolutely murder Jennifer. I don't know what she did, but she is dead now. And he will be heading in to fight Gruz's mother, as it looks like Nixie is still loading in. Probably just some stream delay, or maybe a freeze, but it looks like since the background is moving, we're just going back in. Oh, maybe an attempt at timer sync. That is very possible. Or not. Unfortunate, a little bit
Very
of
close.
yeah, of unfortunate stuff with the Grozer cleanup, but we are through, and FF will go save Sly as Nixie. Oh, okay, we're murdering Jennifer for Soul. I'm a silly Billy. Jennifer has Soul, obviously, as it is pointed out to me in the chat. And yeah, we're gonna say hi to Salubra.
I think the saddest part of this one is that we don't do the shade skip to Blue Lake. It's such a cool skip for no reason.
What is your favorite variation of the shade skip?
I didn't know there was variations, I'm gonna be honest. I just know, as a zoomer myself, the most recent one of just pogo the shade and dash over.
See, I'm gonna introduce you to my Lord and Savior, Great Hopper Percent. What if you do the shade skip with no equipment? None at all.
Oh yes, that
That is
sounds
the question Great
absolutely
Hopper Percent
lovely.
asks. But yeah, we don't need a shade skip here because we actually have the movement to go and do everything. So FF is going to head into resting grounds and therefore the fabled path of pain. Nixie finishing up their shopping trip and getting the notch and steady body in addition to shaman. Are you familiar with why we get steady body? Because I'm personally not. I'm sure it's important for something.
It is
If
for an extra charm notch, since Saluba only sells charm
oh
notches to you if you have a certain amount
oh,
of
because
charms.
it's cheap. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Yes. Um,
We take any equipment that does not lose time because this is a painful route.
yes. um, but yes, FF demonstrating his impatience with the seer. As he goes to
Oh no.
commence Dreamplats. Yeah, and it seems that time is mostly synced, which is kind of nice. All right, clean move through the Dreamplats for FF. Very nice work by him. Especially, it is impressive to see how cleanly FF has been moving through the map and, working with everything, given that he is mostly a latest patch runner, but at the same time being a true ending runner, it does make sense that he has a lot of familiarity with, the rooms that are being gone through. Oh, Nixie, Nixie taking a fall in Dreamplats, thankfully very early on, but still really unfortunate because the load is so painful.
I do have to dog on Nyx. I believe that fall was karma for falling off left side instead of right.
I believe that Nyx has done too much good to have any sort of karmic punishment bestowed upon them, but we can allow different theories to proliferate. FF is going to take that stag that we bought just a bit ago in the last section. Wait, no, Lamau, this is the Derma stag. Ignore me. Eventually, we will take the stag to storerooms, and then we can pretend that I said the comment about taking the stag to storerooms just a little bit ago. We're going to go shopping, which is what we need to do before we go to storerooms because we need E-key. I said nothing about going to storerooms before this. Let the record show.
I heard nothing.
Fantastic. Alrighty. Now we will go store.
Now, I do want to point out going into storerooms and fighting Norman 2 is quite a lot harder than most casual playthroughs because those little
Yes.
floaty things, I want to call them follies if I remember correctly, take more than one hit to kill and they will get you very quickly.
Yeah, the follies
if you
have
ignore
13
them.
health, which means you will kill them in one hit if you have nail 2, but you will not kill them in one hit if you have nail 0 or nail 1. So this is exactly correct. And as a resident Norman 2 hater, I'm really appreciative that you pointed that out. Mistakes are midair, follies. Okay, mistakes are midair and follies are on the ground, it seems. But it's a similar idea in that they are sad. And they make the om nom face as they go after you. But yeah, Norman 2 can be really annoying. Thankfully, it's one of those fights that with a decent amount of practice, you can get down pretty consistently because there's not too many attacks. And we do have Shaman now. But yeah,
Yes, and a very
getting this
quick
folly
kill from
for the
Death as
skip.
well.
Mistake. Oopsie. Wait, no, did Nerf gaslit us. They are follies. You're so right, old kid. My sincere apologies.
I can't believe that.
Nerf Irelia 73, I told the whole chat to cheer for you. We finally have our Shade Soul, which means that it is time for the highlight of the segment, the Soul Tyrant fight. What both runners mentioned to me when I asked what they were looking forward to was this. We do get to take a fun second trip through all of the Sanctum rooms, which, as we all know, we love so much. But at the same time, we have the Hell Room lever opened, so it's not as much of a concern.
I think I'd be more concerned about Hellroom than Soul Tyrant.
I mean, we all saw that RNG that poor Nerf got on his Hell Room. I can't help but understand where you're coming from on that one.
Even as a Zoomer myself and rooting against Team Boomer, that was very tragic, and it sucks to see it.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, Nixie looks like they did not get the skip, unfortunately. But they also aren't dead, so that's really good. A little bit spooky with those follies. We have now FF in the Soul Tyrant fight. You're once again looking for these big double hits here. That was really nice, actually. Like Somni said in the earlier segment, because there is no limit to how far your Shade Soul can go off the screen in 1-2-2-1. It is a little bit more conducive to that. But, I mean, we're still fighting Soul Tyrant with 5 masks, so it's not exactly like this fight is a walk in the park by any means.
No, and I think part of the difficulty just comes from the length of the fight, because Soul Tyrant has so much health.
Yeah, 1600 is, I believe it's 1600, and maybe 1200. Chat can correct me on whichever one it is, but FF is already through phase 1, which is really great. Phase 2 has significantly less health. It might be 1200, 300. But yeah. And yeah, that's a Soul Tyrant death. For FF GG Soul Tyrant on his part. Yeah, really nice work. Yeah, Nixie also cooking with this fight. Nixie definitely in the kitchen. What will they produce? We are unsure, but hopefully it is a production of victory for Team Boomer.
Alright, and from here, FF is rushing straight to, I believe, Waterways from here to get our beloved Fluke charm.
Yep. We are going to visit everybody's favorite boss, known for making what could definitely be considered noises, Fluke Marm.
I think that's the best description for what she makes, really.
Yeah, they're noises that are made. But even for those who may not necessarily love the noises, many love the flukes, which will be our main source of damage for much of this run. Because on 1-2-2-1, as May was talking about at the beginning of this relay, they are just so nice for getting consistent amounts of damage in. Nixie, yeah, people pointing out that Nixie's practice is really paying off here, as they're in the second phase, looking to get those final hits in. And yeah, there we go. Really nice Soul Tyrant fight from both runners here. You really do love to see it. It is a fight that takes a lot of practice, but once you have the practice to get it down, it is very satisfying to complete.
Nothing's more satisfying than just bullying Soul Tyrant.
He deserves it. Out of all the bosses in the Hollow Knight universe, definitely one that really deserves it. FF going through the very cursed fluke room. Definitely one of the rooms of all time. But
This is definitely up there with Hell Room, with like just dying. It's so annoying.
yeah, it is really easy to take a death here. But thankfully, FF has not done so, and will now proceed to do the Fluke Marm fight. Okay, that's definitely a
lovely
1-2-2-1
awesome.
thing. Okay, new 1-2-2-1 thing learned. You could just dive into Fluke Marm to your heart's content.
Yes, it
Definitely
makes
something
it
that
so
was
much
patched
easier.
and does not exist on latest patch.
I think with
Quote
Nail
unquote fight.
Zero,
No, because I was like, ooh, going in here with 2 masks is kind of risky. There must be a really consistent quick kill, and I was right about that. There was a really consistent quick kill.
yes, it is definitely a 1-2-2-1 moment. That fight would be painfully difficult with Nail Zero because the flukes take, I believe, 3 hits to kill, and
Yeah,
so
it
it
is
would be quite
3.
difficult.
Yeah. So Nixie will head down and do the same thing. It is nice that you get that waterways bench there. That's very convenient. And we're gonna be heading up to visit our good friend Dung Defender. I had to check that was correct. I could have looked at the screen and seen FF literally fighting Dung Defender, but apparently I needed to check the route notes first. And yeah, we can see those beautiful, beautiful flukes in action, just dealing an absurd amount of damage per hit with so much consistency. As Dung Defender Doma's away and gives us the Stinky Charm, which we do not necessarily need.
Yes, most
Oh,
bosses
Nixie
of the game just get
missing the
deleted.
dive. Oh, this is a little spooky. Oh. Oh, poor Nixie. That is really unfortunate. It is hard once those
That is
flukes
tough.
start proliferating.
It is such a tough boss if you don't get that because the flukes will just chase you down and give you no rest.
Yeah. Really unfortunate, but thankfully with that bench, the walk back is not too brutal. Though you do have to go through Hell Room again. FF buying the hidden station, the ancient basin toll bench. I am capable of speech and words. As Nixie re-enters the Fluke Marm fight. Hopefully that dive can go through this time. Yep, we're looking good. Very, very nice work on the quick kill from Nixie. Able to get through a little bit spooky on 1 health at the end there, but just a quit out here, so we're gonna be totally fine. As FF is heading over to fight Broken Vessel.
Broken Vessel and Lost Kin, which are both very satisfying fights as well, as we just bully them in a corner with flukes.
Yeah, we do love to see a good bullying of Lostkin, who I personally deem Ellie, after having many engagements with them, to little effect. Um, but yeah, I mean the default BV only has 525 hit points. Um, FF going for this trans dash here. Yes, okay, trans rights have been achieved. I love trans rights. This is so fantastic. We
They're
have to say
beautiful.
trans rights in the Hollow Knight community speedrun. Nixie will go fight Dung Defender over here. Not too scary to fight, although does not get the scream skip, which is a bit unfortunate. But we'll go in here and work through it as FF fights Lostkin. So you have bosses across the board.
and a little scary on Nyx with 1 health. But after this stagger, this should be the kill with Dung Defender.
Oh no!
Oh,
Oh, that's so unfortunate. That was just like a slightly weird dash. It may have even been accidental, quite frankly. Very unfortunate for Nixie. Um, but they will be able to take this run back. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. Because they are very close to Dung Defender with that Water's Waste bench. But yeah, let's definitely put some love in the chat for Nixie here. Even though they can't see it. They are doing so well as somebody who never runs 1-2-2-1 and therefore is not used to these fights at all. It is really impressive to see them go out there and do all of this. And really, they were so close on Dung Defender there. It's just really unfortunate.
yes, these are very rough deaths to take overall. But Nyx not even letting it phase them, just going straight back in. Love to see it.
Yeah, that is truly the speedrunner mentality you need, especially in a marathon. It's so important. FF, which is just to direct your attention over to his screen real quick, has already killed Ellie. Really nice fight from him. But yeah, I think that no matter what, it's really important to be able to turn around and keep the fight up. And there we go. We see some happy dances and some happy dashes from Nyx as they vanquish Dung Defender and will be able to pick up the Stinky. You really do love to see it. We'll be able to head down into Ancient Basin.
I think that does unfortunately give the Boomers a bit more luck having the Stinky Charm.
Yeah, I mean, you really do love to see it. Nixie definitely securing the spiritual victory for the Boomers. But FF has played very cleanly, and is going to GG here with, wait, no, this is a quit out. I thought it was a GG. It's not. I'm silly.
It will be GG in just a moment.
It will be GG in just a moment. There we go. Nixie has obtained the spiritual victory. Okay, and so now we will see Nixie travel the long trail of the Maulurks to greet our best friends Lost Kin and Broken Vessel in the reverse of that order. And that will be the last part of the segment for Team Boomer. Team Zuber, having already finished, will probably go into the next section with a significant lead, but that is not to say that Nyx has not played really well and showed a lot of tenacity, which I think is absolutely something worth writing home about.
Absolutely. Whenever you do a run, just taking a death or a big time loss is very demoralizing. And so wanting to restart the run is just not something you can do in a race like this, and you just gotta get back up. But this run is very, very far from over. It's such a long run, and so many other things can happen on both sides that Boomer can absolutely take this home.
Oh, for sure. And Nixie saying trans rights very quickly. Quicker to say trans rights than FF, but it's not a competition. Any trans rights is a yes for me. You really do love to see it. Nixie will head into this Broken Vessel fight here. This is definitely not too scary unless you get headbanged a lot, but with flukes, it's a pretty chill time. Broken Vessel does like to pretend that it's at a rock concert and headbang all over the place, but we just kind of needed to shut up. Thank you very much.
A very quick Broken Vessel kill regardless.
Yes. Yes, and we're into the Lost Kin fight. Definitely a lot more difficult than Broken Vessel, but at the same time, we're working with those flukes. So it really is like a whole different rodeo. I'm so amazed, and I know we're not doing interviews for this particular run, but I would love to just ask Nyx about their process of learning how to do these fights with flukes, because it really just is a manner of relearning the game. It
It
is
really
literally
is.
10
Flukes are
flukes,
so
May is saying
different.
in the chat. Yeah, taking a heal here, very understandable. Um, with those balloons all over the place, you really don't want to jeopardize your ability to, you know, move through the fight competently. But there we go. Nixie has slain Lost Kin and will be able to quit out and get back to the bench for the GG. Really fantastic work from both runners in what is definitely, I think this is the part of the run where we really start to see the all bosses part of all bosses really kick in.
Yeah, from here really is just a marathon of one boss after another with few sections in between to meet those requirements to fight said bosses.
Mm-hmm. There are the wonderful monarch wings. Um, interestingly, in Chinese, see, I have learned Japanese over my time in the Hollow Knight community, and it's like emperor wings, I guess, from my loose understanding of the way
Interesting.
kanji transfers over. But yeah, that will be GG from Nyx. Great job by both runners. Really a treat to watch. And it will also be a treat to watch the upcoming segment. Segment 4, what are you looking forward to in our future segment, Old Kid?
In this next segment, I am very, very satisfied with the gold fight. It's so satisfying to watch any Dream Warrior just get melted as it is.
Yes. Yeah, Nixie saying GG in the chat. I think that, you know, there's a lot to be said for performing under pressure when everything goes perfectly, but I think there's even more to be said for, as Old Kid and I have been talking about, performing under pressure when things just don't go perfectly. Um, that is really, really inspiring. Um, and I can perfectly understand why this would be really a frustrating experience and a deeply difficult experience. But I also found it really inspiring to watch, because the ability to do that and not throw in the towel and keep running for your team is something that is deserving of a ton of respect.
Absolutely. Me personally, I get very frustrated very quickly in speedruns when you just take big time losses like that. It's very, very easy to just get frustrated.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And so in this next section, we're going to be watching Cyclone face off against Kron. It will be looking at their interviews. It seems that Kron is mostly a 112 runner with some occasional meme categories, which also means that despite being a boober, normally on the latest patch of the game, Cyclone I didn't even realize was a zoomer. Kind of seemed like a boomer to me, but I guess that just shows to the amount of work that they've put in into this game, grinding out. I mean, they had world record in True Ending. Now they play a lot of memes. Um, they also talked about how he's interested in like labbing out different Grimkin strategies, which I just think is super cool. Okay, people are telling me that Cyclone is Zoomer core. I don't know. I respect him as a runner, so I'm really excited to see these two face off. I think it'll be a great matchup. People are also apparently confused about how Kron is Team Boomer, so it seems like we may have, yeah, apologies for the typing ASMR. I wanted to send an extra GG message to Nixie. Free typing ASMR. Wow, should I become a typing ASMR streamer?
It was a
Um,
very nice typing. I loved it.
oh, thank you. I'm very honored. I will keep this in mind. We want typing ASMR. Okay, hold on, hold on. ASMR.
I don't
I'm
even
so honored. I
the
didn't know that
commentary
my
over that.
typing was satisfying. Nick says that the fun thing is that they get to know what's on the other side of the ASMR. This is true. I was telling Nixie GG. But we will cease the typing ASMR. What keyboard do I use? This is my Mac laptop. I have like a nice keyboard at home. This is just my laptop. Um,
Well, good to know if we need to fill silence. We'll just have you type.
well, last sections um we had me filling the silence by yapping a lot. So I guess we should have a poll as to whether you'd rather Herm yap or Herm type. I have powerful keystrokes. See, the thing is, I actually do like to type really emphatically when I'm like trying to do something or write an email. I'll just type with a lot like a lot of pressure. So new new poll. I'm voting for myself to yap. Porque no los dos es fair. I won't vote. This poll is missing an option. All of you are so sweet. I just absolutely adore this community. All of you are so kind. Um,
Yes, I absolutely do want to say something on that. As someone who is new to the community, it has been great seeing how just welcoming and friendly everybody is. Such a great community.
yes, old kid. The chat is saying that they want to hear you yap. What would you like to yap about in this moment?
What do I want to yap about? I want to yap about how annoying the Hollow Knight was in my speedrun for no reason.
Okay.
I died, I think, 6 times the first time I ran this category to the Hollow Knight, which is more than any other boss,
Wow.
which is really
So the Hollow Knight
astonishing.
on this category is something to watch out for, huh?
I think it's something for me to watch out for personally, honestly. I had no real real practice with Hollow Knight with minimal equipment, so I just struggled so much. And you don't even have to full kill Hollow Knight either. It's just to get to the Radiance.
Wow. No, that is true because, we're getting true ending in this category, so you don't have to actually do the fourth phase, but THK can just sometimes be a real pain for absolutely no reason. And can be a bully. And that is unfortunate because
Yes.
we are anti that personally.
Yes, he absolutely can. And I think one of my favorite bosses in this entire run would be NKG. It's such a long, satisfying, fun fight.
All right, I have a confession to make. Are you ready, old kid?
I don't know.
I've never been an NKG. I've tried,
Wow. He is a
but
tough boss. The double
yeah,
damage.
just like
Not
I
even
haven't done
Sim
it.
coming out.
Yeah. Listen, if somebody wants to coach me through it, you're welcome to try. But I haven't done it.
That is
Um,
shocking. Tim
I've been in
unmuting
this
just
community
to
for
just
4 years.
to say
I've
something.
never been an NKG. I also haven't been Pantheon 4 or 5. But I think that's a
I
little bit more reasonable.
I think 5 is reasonable, but I think 4 you get the time and you can get it.
Yeah. No, I just need to put some more time into it. Um
No
Oh,
rush,
everybody's
nothing.
so sweet. Hit me up if you're willing to coach Herman NKG. We'll talk in about a month from now because I'm currently across the pond in the United Kingdom, in which I only have my laptop, which is not optimal for Hollow Knight gameplay.
I think the laptop is very optimal for typing, however.
Thank you, thank you. Um, yeah, maybe we'll have a little typing stream. Um, I will personally love and support Sharp Shadow users. I was a Sharp Shadow user in my casual. What was your casual loadout, old kid?
My casual loadout, I think I had Defender's Crest. As embarrassing as it is
Ooh,
to admit, Stinky Chum for my casual playthrough. I don't exactly remember my full loadout, but I know I had Defender's Crest.
that is really respectable. I was a
And no
Sharp Shadow
comments.
Dashmaster girly. I loved my iframes. I never used spells like the average casual.
I don't think I did either. And then I learned that spells can just obliterate every single enemy and boss, and so I started spamming them
I also learned that. Actually, my one Hollow Knight board, because way back in the day you needed to submit to the boards to like be in the server.
back in the
And
day.
my one submission is Kalo only Sharp Shadow, Kalo one Sharp Shadow only, but I actually gave up because I was about to die. So it's not Sharp Shadow only.
That that is really funny. If you go, one of my first posts on Hollow Knight is doing the Mantis Lords on Radiant difficulty jumpless. And I vowed to not use spells, the D-Dog frames,
Mhm.
unless necessary. I think about an hour into my recording, I gave up on that, said nothing, and my full completion, I just spam D-Dog, really.
See, sometimes you need to uncommit. There's a lot of talk about committing, but what about decommitting? What
Yeah,
about
show
when you
some
just really
love
need to
for
stop?
the impatient people.
Yeah. Well, I was like, because I didn't even have, I was playing on my Switch and I didn't even have like OBS or anything. I didn't even know what OBS was. I had my Switch propped up on my sister's hair curler on a couch. Like my phone was
That's
propped up on my sister's hair curler on a couch to film the TV. Um, so I was like, I'm not doing this again. Oh no. Oh no, we have a poll should Herm beat NKG on stream. Who
yeah,
made
I
this?
need to see this.
Bingy.
I'll join you on stream and I'll coach you just the blind
Oh,
leading
I
the blind without
appreciate that.
being
I
early.
appreciate that very much. Honestly, I feel like we could have a coach relay. Like whoever actually gets me to beat the boss wins. Oh, I would play Bingy. Wait, why have 38 people voted that it is cringe?
This isn't cringe. I think it's more cringe that you haven't beat him yet.
Well, why are there so many people voting? Oh, it's a capitalism poll. Okay.
Oh, I see. Oh, I can spend money. Oh, this is great.
Okay, everybody. We are getting off to the races very soon.
Looks like Sai has just gotten his stream up.
This is so silly.
The communists are going quite crazy on even more yes, even though they have a vast
Yeah.
majority of votes here. But we love communism.
We do we do love the 155 votes for even more, yes. I am correct in thinking that Bingy is just bingo, yes? Or is Bingy
Yes.
something else? Have I sworn a blood oath to play some very strange format?
As far as I'm aware, Bingy is just bingo. But it
Okay,
looks like
yeah.
we're
No,
finally getting into
I
line
love a
here.
good rando bingo.
Oh no. Yeah.
Oh no. Oh, what have I sworn to do?
I love vanilla bingo so much more than rando because I just suck at rando.
I love rando bingo. Okay, we're going. We're schmoving. Um,
I don't know if we are or if Sai is
actually
getting
we're
his
not schmoving.
things ready. Yeah,
We're not schmoving. Sai's getting set up. Sorry everybody for the false promise of schmovement.
that was beautiful schmovement jumping
I
into
would
Monica
bingy with you,
himself.
Verdi. So what categories do you usually run, old kid?
I typically have been running any percent, but
Oh yeah,
I'm so
classic.
new that I don't really have. I haven't even been recording my runs yet. I'm still getting used to the route. But any
No,
percent
totally
run feels good.
understandable. Of course, I will take the liberty to poke at you to state that you should run some meme categories. Meme categories are pretty great.
Yes, I've
Um,
looked at a few meme
there's a
categories,
lot to
and
be
I did
had
also
there.
run this category.
Yes, my favorite and the one time I actually did like an okay speed run was Dapper Mapper, just getting all the maps. Um, but my favorite meme category um, is all charm notches. It's just really fun.
I think I would go for an all glitches run because I am a glitch nerd when it comes to games. I love the mechanics and stuff like that.
Oh, then you're gonna
So I
find
would
some
absolutely
great
do all
friends in this
glitches.
community. Let
Yes,
me tell you.
yes.
Get ready for things like all grubs, all glitches. AG.
Yeah, I've seen a few glitched runs and they look quite fun. And it looks like we are having our countdown getting ready to go here.
Woohoo! Thank you so much, everybody, for waiting as we yapped. I hope our yap was enjoyable.
And here we go.
Alrighty, so we are starting back up, doing the lovely Grimchild splits over here.
Looks like Kron is having a bit of trouble sitting on that bench there.
Yeah, it looks a bit sad and perplexed. Um, yeah, apparently, his controller is not connected, which would
That
explain
is
why
a
he is sad and
tragedy.
perplexed.
Well, in the meantime, we are going straight over to Cyclone Slash right after this, after we get Hidden Station Stag.
Yes. We will do Cyclone Slash. We will fight the Great Mind Gorb. Truly a battle of wits
Yes, and
that we
Gorb,
just
yes, of
choose to
course.
fight with our sword. Um,
We did, in
Cyclone
fact, bring
Slash, even.
this to a wit fight, and we absolutely win.
Yes. You just heard it here. Having no thoughts, head empty, is indeed the way to win against the Great Intelligence.
That sounds pretty canon lore to me as well, so checks out.
Yeah, I'm actually Team Cherry. I'm actually all of them, so you can believe me.
You are Team Cherry. Do you have any Silk Song news?
No.
Tragic.
See, I really
Worth
am.
a
That
shot.
was accurate, right?
Yeah, that is accurate. That is accurate. No Silk Song news.
Yeah.
So do
So
we
yeah,
get
Cyclone
you beating
heading.
NKG before Silk Song?
What?
Do we get you beating NKG before Silk Song?
Hmm. That one's according to the poll, yes.
Fabulous. OPSI
But
is
yeah,
just
we
picking up
are.
Cyclone.
Yes, we're gonna say hello and get the very importantly named Cyclone Slash. Since it's in Chinese, we can't really tell if it's, actually named after Cyclone or not, but I'm gonna guess that it is. Um,
I sure hope
Grunts are
so.
finally able to pick up and head to cliffs. And we are now going to see Cyclone engage in that fabled battle of wits with a great mind.
Yes, and Gorb, I believe, dies in something like 3 or 4 casts of Flukes, so he kind of just gets deleted.
Yeah, he has a really low amount of health. I believe it's like 100 at nail 0. Um, so it is not too spooky. In fact, the stream froze and now Gorb is dead.
Yeah,
Um,
that was. We'll see it
Understandable,
on
but we are
cons
going
here.
to be putting that Cyclone Slash to good use, lighting the Grim Lantern over here, which will begin our long, long journey across many, many parts of the map, in our attempts to get the NKG side of this NKG all bosses done.
Beautiful wiggles from Psy there.
Yeah, some lovely wiggles. Unfortunately, we're not going to hear the full glory of the Grim Lantern theme. Um, but that is okay. We will be hearing a lot of Grim related musics across the parts of this run. And we are going to be first going to get the storerooms flame, then to Green Path for a bench, and we're just going to be going around the whole map. But we will fight CG1, CG2.
Yes, and the flame routing is always very interesting because they're all over the map, and so it's very cool to see the strategies used to very quickly pick up those flames.
Yeah. Cyclone in particular, um, says that like he is very interested in labbing how to kill the Grim Kids without convenient ways to get soul. Um, which I think is a very interesting point because it's not because you're going to so many weird locations, getting soul is not necessarily always easy or optimal. So it'll be interesting to see how Cyclone chooses to take these fights. As we approach our first Grimkin, Grimathy on our side, but completely useless.
Yes, Grimchild is probably just as useless as he will ever be.
See, every time I see somebody dash into something, I'm like, oh no, they dashed into something, and then it's just like no, it's just a 1-2-2-1 moment of okay, now I'm back at the stag. Here we go into Green Path, taking this bench, and then immediately leaving to go do dirt with elevator skip.
Yes, and that is used because here shortly, once we grab the flame on Cyclone side, we're gonna quit out and just go grab Gleamcraft Flame very quickly. So we stag
Yes.
there slightly faster.
And yes, we will head into this section of Peak. Um, which is pretty much the section you go to if you either need to kill a grub or kill a grub mimic. I apologize. Never, ever, 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 ever kill a grub.
I think
Very
Fireball would
prohibited.
disagree with you.
Kill a grub mimic / save a grub or kill a grimkin. But it's also a convenient means of access to go get CG1 and CG2 done. Scratch those bosses off our list. Because really, that's kind of all there is. And no, I did not mean to say that. I absolutely misspoke. Let the record show that I did not say anything about killing a grub. It was not intentional. I love grubbies so, so, so much.
I absolutely heard that. I think someone even clipped it.
No! No! We are not killing grubs. Lovey the grubbies. Yeah, that damage warp is really cute. I like it a lot. It's very 1-2-2-1. Here's CG2, who, as I was mentioning earlier, made me angry enough to throw a couch backwards with my body weight.
Wow.
Yeah,
So
it
that's
was crazy.
understandable.
Yeah, but once you actually know what is going on in that fight, it is not very difficult.
It really is. He has 2 attacks, and they're not the hardest to dodge.
Yeah, very true.
Even gives
Um,
you a warning.
so we're gonna head back down for that green path flame, which is the last of the level 1 flames that we need. Um,
And now that I'm looking at it, I see this is a very, very short section. From here, I believe we're going to upgrade Grimm Child by the looks of it, and then go straight to Resting Grounds for Zero and Dream Gates. And the
yeah.
Resting Grounds.
Yes, this is um not too long of a segment, but it just really is around the world in however many minutes it is. Because we have been to so many places on the map in such a short period of time. Um, and we've taken Grimothy to many of them. Truly, we are raising our child with a sense of adventure and cosmopolitan globalism.
I sure hope he likes these adventures as we use him as little as possible.
Grimothy's bizarre adventure. How wonderful. We will get Grimchild upgraded on Cyclone's side. Cyclone has been playing really nicely through this entire run. Really clean fights with the Grimkins, facing very little issues with movement. Definitely, even if it's not what he runs all the time, definitely looks like he's in his element here, which we really have to respect and admire.
Yes, and Khan has been playing very fabulous as well. I haven't seen any major mistakes.
Yeah, no, really clean movement from both of the runners. I mean, this isn't a segment that has a lot of, tough fights necessarily, but it just requires a lot of familiarity and comfort with the map and moving about. And I think this is just something that both runners have demonstrated um, really well. Um, which is just a testament to the amount of love and, care they have for this game.
So Cyclone taking his quick quit out to go to Resting Grounds. We're going to rush straight to Zero and hopefully melt him with Flukes, because that's always satisfying to do with Dream Warriors.
Indeed. Should go down pretty quickly. And then we'll be heading down and around to get some more we're gonna get the Resting Grounds Flame, and we're gonna get the King Station Stag a bit later.
And there is the Zero fight over as we
Yeah.
mentioned it.
Very, very nice Zero fight. Um and yep, Braun getting that Grimchild upgrade as well, so he will not be too far behind. As Sai heads into the elevator. I love that C dash into the elevator. It's just so satisfying how it closes for you. It's really unsatisfying if you don't want the elevator to close for any strange reason, but
I've
um
Z-dashed through there once or twice and done that.
yeah.
Trying to get the Crips.
Yeah, very much so. Um yeah, fighting this Cliff's Grimkin. There is the flame. So Sai, meanwhile, is going to be getting that King Station Stag. It's a surprise tool that will help us later.
And that is pretty much GG's from Cyclone. They'll be going up and grabbing Dreamgate, and that was very clean from
Yeah,
them. I would say.
really nice, really nice running from Cyclone here. We're gonna see once again a very satisfying, Zero Flight. No flukes, just big hits with Shade Soul and Shaman Stone. But satisfying to watch nonetheless. Getting a lovely vessel fragment that we won't ever complete. Um, that is the thing about all bosses, is you're not really getting any upgrades beyond what you have. Yeah, big GG's to Cyclone.
Very good run from Cyclone, hitting just under the 48 for that segment. With 40,
Yeah, really nice.
37.39. I read that wrong. I saw 37.59, but still very close to 48.
Indeed. And Kron is going to be finishing up in pretty short order here as well. Moving down to just get that stag and head back up. And yeah, I mean, this has been really so wonderful to watch across these 4 sections. To just see all of these runners like working as a team, but also executing their own little segments. I think that is this relay is just really such a special showcase of the vibrancy of our community, how many different amazing runners we have. I mean, we really are lucky to be such a large and really well organized speedrunning community. Huge shout outs to all the people who have run, commentated, organized, made layouts or graphics or art for this event. I mean, it has been just such a show of force and love. When people will always tell me, I mentioned that I'm in the Hollow Knight community, and they're always like, haha, Silk Song. And it's like, yeah, sure, whatever, Silk Song. But at the same time, I think it's just really wonderful that like we still have such a great love for this great game. Like at least in my heart, and I know Silk Song is something people have varying feelings about, and we would all love it to come out. But I'm also just happy with this. Like I just think this is really beautiful. And the fact that people can still join, like many of our Zoomers, can still join and find like new and vibrant and interesting things in this community after 8 years of dedicated speedrunning, that is just so amazing to me. I don't know if you have thoughts, old kid, but that's my 2 cents. As we get the GG from
I really like
Kron,
your show as
really well
well.
done.
Agree. As a Zoomer myself, as someone who's been playing for less than a year, I absolutely agree with just people being able to join in this community, being so great and so welcoming, and still as big as it is, even after, I believe it's, correct me if I'm wrong, been almost, well, 8 years. We are at the anniversary, 8 years.
Yep.
Um, and it's just great to see such a good community even after this time for just a little indie 2D game.
Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. It has been an absolute honor to be on the microphone for you for these past 4 segments. And I hope that you can all look forward immensely to the amazing commentary you're going to get from Birdie and Masso in the next 2. I also hope that all of you have enjoyed the spectacular commentary we've gotten from Old Kid tonight. It was such a pleasure to get to know you and to share the mic with you. I really look forward to seeing, what you'll choose to do with this community in the future.
Absolutely, thank you. And it was an honor to share the mic here and commentate with you. You've been very welcoming for this. And I wish luck to both teams. And I'll be in the Twitch chat taking absolutely no slander for Team Zoomer and no propaganda from Team Boomer.
And I'll be in the Twitch chat until I go to bed because it's 1 a.m. doing the opposite. For this run, this has been Herm and Old Kid, and we wish both of you an amazing night. Thank you so much.
Thank you all.
All right.
Hello. Hi,
Hello, hello.
We are Birdie and Massa. We will be your commentators for the next 2 segments. Hello. I hope you all are well. We have some banger segments coming up. I'm so excited.
Yeah, these are some very fun segments. We just got that Dream Gate, and we are going to be using it a lot. Putting it all over the place. And just going back and forth all the time.
And we're gonna fight some of my favorite bosses. We've got we've got Galian, and another undisclosed boss who I hate, which we will not talk about in chat ever. Do not talk about topology.
You see, but I'm not in chat. I can talk about Marmu.
No! She's not round. Her hitbox is a square. Her hitbox is a square.
This is segment 5.
I mean, segment 6 is gonna have Marmu.
Yeah, segment 6 has Marmu. Segment 6 has a lot of bosses.
Yeah, segment 6 is just a boss run. It looks very, very cool. Segment 5, also very, very fun. We're gonna fight Who. We will finally pick up Shade Cloak. We're gonna fight Hornet. We'll get King's Brand, Mantis Lords. I just love it. Cheeky.
Yeah,
Here's the thing. You can't put me on a stream without knowing I'm going to argue about roundness. Everyone knows at this point.
the funny thing is, all I had to do was say Marmu, and this happens.
You did this! You did this. I'm innocent. But, chat, we are very excited. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be grand. How y'all do when you come here often? You look mighty fine over there with your white letters in chat. Oh, and I see we have some bribery. We have some bribery going on in chat. Birdie, can you do your best Toad singing Chandelier impression? Okay. Chat, mute for like 30 seconds if you don't want this. Okay. Up on Discord, I don't see my bubble. I don't think it came through. I don't think it came through.
I definitely heard it, and I muted in advance. So because I knew I would just break down laughing.
Good swing from the chandelier. From the chandelier. What happens if you redeem save the thing? Hold on for like an hour, Curdy. We'll be having a celebratory Spurco P5BO after this. But we are not here for me. We are not here for Toad. We are here for our runners, Quado and Nebula.
Yes, two incredibly skilled runners.
Nebula with many world records right now. Quado, who has had many world records over the year.
Yeah, and Quado has won like all of the past half dozen rando tournaments. Quado is a man of many talents.
Didn't stop making me hydrate.